Hey, what's up, team? Uh, this is our weekly update. It's a very important weekly update. I hope all of you are having a great Tuesday. Um, Man, I am excited. I'm excited for this weekend because this is the start of our new restructure schedule. Now, there's a lot to kind of cover. Um, I made a mistake in our all leader meeting. I was supposed to go over these details and I completely blew it and I forgot. Typical Landry, but it's okay because I'm going to tell you now. Um, so here's the deal. I'm going to go over our high school groups, what group you're in, what grade you have, and where you're going to be holding your groups at. Okay, so this is for high school and middle school. It's important that you know this coming in to this weekend. Okay, so I hope all of you watch this. I'm going to start off with high school. Okay, I'm going to kind of tell you what the transition looks like. I know some of you probably heard me talk about how the transition looks, but you have no idea what room you're headed into or what space you're using for your group. So that's why I'm going to tell you now. So high school, ninth grade guys, ninth and 10th grade guys. That would be me, okay? I'm going to be in the conference room. I guess before I even get started with this, let me go back a little bit. The students will be in a student section. I'm going to have a few of you leaders with like glow sticks like this. Hey, students over here. We're going to have our student section. We're going to sit down 12:30 to like 1:30-ish, 1:40-ish. We're going to take that time in between the 1:30 marker to 2 to grab our lunch, maybe talk a little bit, eat, and then head into groups, okay? So 2 to 3 is groups. So this is for that 2 to 3 o'clock time for groups, okay? So me, 9th and 10th grade guys, conference room. Joe Ernst, you have 11th and 12th grade. You're in the green room. You're in the green room, which is where you were last year during Monday nights, which is up where the band is eating breakfast and stuff like that, where they hang out. Ladies, 9th and 10th grade, Krista Hilliard, you were going to be in the hallway. Now, there's multiple hallways, so let me just tell you. So, let's say you're exiting out of the back of the auditorium. There's a closet type area. It's where all of our cleaning stuff is, and then there's the kids. The back door to the kids area. You're going to be right back there, okay? Kind of tucked away, so you have some, I guess, privacy. And not a lot of people go back there. So that's where you're going to be, okay? I can tell you more about that when we actually physically are here at the campus. Now, Desiree, you have 11th and 12th grade girls. You are going to be in the student room, okay? So that is all for our groups. We only have 4 groups for that, so that's exciting. So I'm really excited for that. So now you know what grade you have, where you're going to be. Now here's the other important part. You're probably wondering, if you were here last year, we handed out like paper discussion questions, okay, of what we just talked about on Monday night when I would give the message. It's going to be a little different because obviously I'm not really doing the message anymore, and it's not our own curriculum for student ministries. We're using this actual service as our curriculum pretty much. So if some of you are in groups, you might have used this, but it's called the Living It Out discussion questions. Now, I'm going to go step by step on how you get these questions. I am not printing them out, okay? It is going to be paperless. So this is going to be paperless. So here is the steps to get your questions. If some of you are kind of confused on how to get these, I can go over it with you on Sunday to try to get you all of your questions pulled up. If this kind of becomes difficult, I'm pretty sure I can print these out somehow. So if we have to go that route, we will, but we want to save on paper. You know, if we don't have to use paper, we don't want to do it. So here we go. Here is how you do it. Use the Cedar Creek app. So you automatically have to have the Cedar Creek app. So right now, go ahead and download the Cedar Creek app on your phone. And then after you do that, click Living It Out button at the bottom of that first page. Then click Message Discussion Questions. Go to Start the Discussion and click the Click Here for printable message discussion questions, and that's when it will pull up all the discussion questions for what you need, and you can read them right off your phone and kind of follow it that way. So I hope that is an easy process for you. Like I said, if you need help with that, reach out to me and we can kind of figure it out together. So that is all the high school stuff, okay? So I just want you guys to be ready, be excited. I will kind of point out certain leaders to be in the student section inside the auditorium, maybe a few outside waiting for the students, and direct all students to sit with us in the student section, okay? Let me see what we got for middle school. So middle school, I'm going to pull up. Yours is a little bit more in depth because we're like in two separate days. We have Wednesday and then we have our weekend services, which is our group time. So I'm gonna make sure everybody knows where they're going. Of course, all of you know that Wednesdays we're not doing groups, so that's just engagement time. We're gonna have a little group sessions, I guess, a little bit at the end for about 10 minutes, but it's just really just to kind of, hey, ask your students how you're doing, any questions about what we just talked about, and then ultimately we're directing them towards the 5:15 or the 10:45. Okay. So I'm going to break down what grades you're serving in for those serving with middle schoolers. So let's go with the 5:15 first, okay? 5:15, Winter Schrader, you are serving the 7th grade girls in the student room during the 5:15 service. Desiree Cooper, you have the 6th and 8th grade girls in the student room also, and then I will have all the guys who show up on 5:15 in the conference room. Now, here's the really big one and the important one. A lot of our leaders went with 10:45, which is great because I got a feeling that's where majority of our students are going to go, so it's going to work out great. So here we go. Amber Sanderson, you have 6th grade girls in the office space. So literally upstairs, we'll have the office space open for you to go ahead and take your group in there, okay? Natalie Strong, you have 8th grade girls in the hallway. All right, so just like I described for the high school, for Krista's group, for the high school group, you're going to be in the same place during the service at the 10:45. You're going to be in the back hallway by the cleaning stuff. It's like the back entrance to the auditorium, which I can kind of direct you there. Desiree Cooper, you have the 7th grade girls. You are also going to be in the office space with Amber. We're going to do 2 separate groups in there. So that space will be open for you. Spencer Osborne, you have 8th grade guys in the student room. Drew Tinman, you have the 7th grade guys in the conference room. And then I will have the 6th grade guys in the student room. So, to kind of help you out, what this kind of means is for all spaces that we're using, the conference room, like spaces that we normally don't use during the services, like the conference room and the office space. Desiree and I are kind of coming up with a system to where we can hang like a dry erase board outside of that room for the safety team to know that what groups are going on in that space at that time, just so everybody's aware of where everybody's at. This is a lot different than what we're used to, but you know, it's important that we do it just so everybody knows, staff included, that they know exactly who the leader is in the group, in the room, and what grade they have. Okay, so it's more of a safety thing, but it's okay. That's kind of the way we're going to divide our groups up to start with. We'll see how it kind of goes, and then we'll determine if we have to make any adjustments, but that's where we're going to start. So all of you should know right now what grade you're a leader in, okay? So the grade you have for this year and where you're going to be every single week for your group time on the weekend. And, of course, those who are serving also on Wednesday, of course, you are engaging with the same grade in the group of people that you have, the group of students you have. So, yeah, it's going to be great. I think this is pretty well laid out considering our space that we have, at least to start off with. And like I said, we will kind of get into this as we go on. Setup team, Kiara Brickner, Macy. So far, you were the only 2 for setup team for Wednesday, so I need you here around like 6 o'clock to kind of help me lay out the kind of the floor plan of what all the activities we're going to have, all the materials we need, everything just prepped and ready to go for that service or for our large gathering that we have on Wednesday. So I'm going to need you for that. And then to let all of you know, for high school, we are doing like a food prep team for high school, which I'm really excited about. That's a kind of a new team we're bringing on, part of our Irresistible Environment team, pretty much, to help us with providing food for our high school students, since they have to kind of stay over that lunchtime. So I'm pretty stoked about this new restructure schedule and just everything that's going to come into play with it. So yeah, super stoked. I hope you are too. I hope all of that was laid out pretty, simply for you. Hopefully it's not confusing. Like I said, you should all know what grade you're serving in and where you're supposed to be during our group time. That's super important to know. I'm super excited for this weekend, to a new restructure schedule, to just a whole new way to leverage our values. And I'm telling you, God is going to do some amazing things. There's going to be trials. There's going to be times where it's like, man, this is tough. It takes time. Let's be patient. Let's expect God to move, and let's not try to do it on our own, because we can't do it on our own. Let's allow God to move in an amazing way this year, and of course He will. So if you have any questions, reach out to me personally, with anything at all, okay? I'm really excited for all of you to be serving this year. I love all of you, just your hearts for these students. You are all amazing, so I'm excited, okay? So you have a great week, and I'll see you this weekend.